here from Homeschooling in the Pines. Welcome back to my channel. Today I am making a clean sweet potato shepherd's pie for you all. That's what we're going to be having for dinner. I just wanted to come in here and show you all how to make it. It is really easy and it's really yummy. I have made this a couple times and it's a pretty healthy recipe. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do, we're going to start by making the potatoes. I am going to make the potatoes in the Instant Pot. I have 3 medium sweet potatoes in here, and these are the ones that are white. They look more regular potatoes, but they're sweet potatoes. Okay, so I'm gonna cook them in the Instant Pot. If you haven't cooked potatoes in the Instant Pot, you need to, because they cook really fast and they come out so tender. And either to make mashed potatoes or to make baked potatoes, the Instant Pot is a great tool. Okay, so I put in the liner, I put about an inch and a half, maybe 2 inches of water. I am going to put the sweet potatoes in there, okay? And we are gonna close our Instant Pot, and I'm gonna cook them for, I think I'm gonna cook them for about 20 minutes. I think they cook less, about 15, but just to be on the safe side, I'm gonna cook them for 20 minutes, okay? Always making sure you close the valve before you start cooking. Make sure the lid's closed. It's gonna go on, it's gonna turn on, and it means it's gonna go into pressure. Okay. So while the potatoes are cooking, we're gonna cook the inside of the filling of the shepherd's pie. Okay. So the first thing we're gonna turn our stove on. Okay. Put it on high, and we're gonna put some oil on the pan. Okay. A little bit. I need to change this to a smaller container, because then every time I try to use it, tons of oil come out. It should be a little bit less than that, maybe just about a tablespoon of oil. But anyways, so we are going to warm our oil, and we're going to put our meat. You can do this with either turkey or ground beef. For this, I usually make it with turkey, but this time I am making it with ground beef. When you buy ground beef, if you are on, if you want to eat a little bit healthier, make sure that it's 80-20. Okay, so this is 80-20, 1 pound of ground beef. Okay, so we're gonna put this in the, gonna cook. Okay, and we are going to brown the meat. Okay. While this browns, I'm going to show you really quick what I'm going to be putting in the meat. Okay. Leave it here a couple of minutes. So I have 2 cups of frozen vegetables. You can use whatever frozen vegetables you want. This mixture had corn, asparagus, carrots, and green beans maybe. My daughter, I think she's a little bit allergic to peas, so I try to find a mixture that doesn't have any peas. Even if usually when you make, shepherd's pie, it has peas in the mixture, but this one doesn't have any peas, okay? I have a container of mushrooms. I bet they probably have to be chopped, but I'm not gonna chop them just to save time. We're gonna use half a cup of chicken stock, half a 1 medium onion, some Worcestershire sauce, I can never say that right, but 1 tablespoon of that, and just 1 tablespoon of, I have some tomato paste in here, and just salt and pepper to season, okay? So I am going to turn this down a little bit, and I think I'm going to add the onions now too, so they can start cooking. And I'm just going to stir this. I just realized I didn't cut this one very good, so I'm going to remove them so I don't have to cut them. This is a really easy weeknight meal that you can do for your family. And it's pretty healthy, it's clean. Okay, so the meat is pretty brown. I'm gonna take some salt and some pepper, and I'm going to season the meat. I don't measure when I do my seasonings, just kind of eyeball it. And so pepper, something's coming out of there. A little salt and pepper. I'm gonna stir it really quick, and I'm gonna add the rest of the ingredients. So I'm gonna add, I have 2 cups of frozen veggies. Just use any kind of mixture you want. I say I have this one, I have corn, carrots, asparagus, and some green beans, okay? I'm going to add 1 container of mushrooms. Like I said, this probably needs to be chopped, but I didn't chop them, so I'm just gonna dump them in there. And they usually get, you know, once you know they're cooked, they're really easy to cut. Okay. Stir that some. We're gonna add about 1 tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce. Like I said, I can never say that word right, but so 1 tablespoon. Again, kind of eyeballing it. We're gonna use half a cup of chicken stock. I will measure that because I don't want it to be too watery. So we'll measure half a cup of chicken stock. Mix it some. And we're gonna put 1 tablespoon of tomato paste, okay? So I have it here from a meal I did the other day. So I'm just gonna take about 1 tablespoon out of here. And I'm gonna put it in the mixture. Okay, so now I'm gonna stir this, and probably cook it for about 5 more minutes, okay? Once the potatoes are done, I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna make the potatoes and how I'm gonna put the shepherd's pie together. All right, so the potatoes are done. I am just gonna mash them. I made 3 medium ones. I hope this is enough. I only have 3. So look how easy these things are to mash. You don't need to use a mixer or anything. When you cook in the potatoes in the Instant Pot, they cook so easy. They come out so tender. So I'm gonna add 3 tablespoons of butter. I use regular butter when I cook. I've been doing that for a little while now. Things just come out a lot better, and I don't use butter for everything. So when I make potatoes and I'm baking, of course, I use regular butter. Okay. So we're gonna mash. And I think I used too small of a bowl, so I'm gonna get a bigger bowl so I can mash these potatoes better. I'm gonna transfer the potatoes to this bigger bowl because the bowl that I have is too small and it's making it a little bit hard to mash. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna mash. It's really so easy to mash when you make mashed potatoes in the Instant Pot. I needed to use the mixer every time I made potatoes to mix them, you know, when I made mashed potatoes, to mash the potatoes well, but I don't need to use it anymore. Okay, so I put, like I said, about 3 tablespoons of regular butter, and I'm just gonna season it with some salt and pepper, okay? And I think when I got the potatoes, I didn't know, actually I ordered my, groceries online and they were delivered to my house this week. And I ordered, sweet potatoes, but the potatoes inside are white. And for this meal, it will look a lot prettier if they are with red, with just, regular orange sweet potatoes. Because once I put it in the pan, I'm gonna make some little ridges with a fork, and you put some paprika on top. It will taste amazing still, but it will look prettier if the sweet potatoes were the orange ones, okay? But it doesn't matter. And if you all haven't tried, I don't know if you have this in your town, but I tried Instacart. It's called Instacart this week. I order my groceries through an app, and I can also do it in my refrigerator because I have a smart refrigerator. You can order it, and they come for a small fee. The groceries were here exactly when I needed them, and we had a great person that delivered them. So it works like an Uber kind of thing. If the person doesn't work for the company, for the grocery store, it worked. They work for Instacart, and it was just a great experience. I don't think I'll be using that all the time, but when you're in a bind and you just really don't feel like going to a grocery store, I think it's pretty cool. So yeah, so you should check it out. Okay, so the mashed potatoes are all mashed. I forgot to add some pepper, so I'm gonna add some pepper to it and mix them up a little bit more. So we're gonna I have a pan, 9 by 13, and you're gonna put the mixture in the bottom of the pan, okay? The pan, spread it, And you're gonna spread the potatoes on top. Like I said, this will look a little prettier with the orange sweet potatoes, but I got the white one. Sometimes it's hard to tell if they're white or maybe I just don't know how to choose them, but or which ones are different. So you're just going to put the potatoes on top, and I think 3 will be plenty. Hopefully, just gonna spread it out. Okay. There you go. I think I might get something a little bit flatter to spread them out. Put the potatoes. I love sweet potatoes, by the way. I never used to like them when I was younger, but now I love them. Okay, so I'm gonna get something flatter to spread them out. I guess a spatula will work. So I'm going to spread the potatoes. Yeah, I think I needed one more potato. So if you make this, make sure instead of 3 medium potatoes like I did today, make sure you use 4, okay? Just to make sure you have enough potatoes to cover the top and make it have a little bit more on top. So I'm gonna take a fork and I'm just gonna make some ridges on the potatoes, or on top of the potatoes. And I'm gonna add some paprika, okay? It still looks pretty, but I think it will look a bit prettier with the orange potatoes. And you're gonna cook this in the oven on 350 for about, I'm gonna put it in the refrigerator because I'm not gonna cook it now, so it'll probably take a little bit longer. But if you cook it right after you put the potatoes and the meat, right, when you cook it, so it's still warm, probably for about, 15 to 20 minutes. I'm gonna put it in the refrigerator now because we're gonna eat this, for dinner. And so I probably cook it for about 30 minutes to make sure. Once the potatoes start, to bubble, and you can check if it's warm, it should be ready to go. Okay, so this is what it looks like. It's gonna be really yummy. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this recipe. Let me know if you try it, and if you have a different way to make shepherd's pie. I also make shepherd's pie in the Instant Pot, but I wanted to make this one today in the oven. But in the Instant Pot is really easy also. Maybe I'll share that one with you one day. Again, make sure you subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already, and make sure you hit that bell so you don't miss any of my videos. Again, my name is Michelle McCarthy from Homeschooling in the Pines, and I will see you all soon. Bye.